Hey guys, welcome back to the Pop Culture Perspective. In this episode, we are going to be talking about a certain someone's distaste.
The worst superhero in the world, Spider-Man.
Now, I know what you're all thinking.
Correct.
Don't click off already. I know he sounds like he is on heavy drugs. Okay, I agree with you guys.
No.
But
Spider-Man's not a good character.
we'll listen him out. We'll hear him out. Okay, and at the end, we'll come back to the same conclusion that you guys initially had, and that I still have, which is that you are on heavy drugs.
No, man. He's not a good character.
Now, let me just point out to you guys, this is not, he is not simply referring to, let's say, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, any of the live-action Spider-Mans, or the Miles Morales Spider-Man. He is referring to the character and the concept of Spider-Man, because that is how fucked up he is.
Okay, maybe not that far. I like the concept is alright. It's an alright concept, right?
Okay.
But live action and maybe the animated stuff is not that good.
Okay, see, that is where you just start to sound a little bit outlandish.
Okay. Let's start. Okay.
If you were just trying to make the argument that you didn't like one of the iterations, I would be willing to hear you out. I'd still disagree with you, but I'd hear you out. But you're saying that you don't like any of them?
I won't say I don't like any of them. I just don't.
Okay, do you like Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
Fuck no.
Do you like Andrew's Spider-Man?
As a Spider-Man, he's good, yeah. He's alright.
Do you like Tobey's Spider-Man?
Not as a Spider-Man, but as a Peter Parker.
Do you like the animated Miles Morales Spider-Man?
I like the first one.
Oh.
The second one is terrible, though. It's so overrated.
I just can't believe that.
It is overrated.
It's not overrated.
It's hilariously overrated.
If anything, it still manages to be underrated. It's that good.
No.
Like,
no.
It is seriously that good.
It is so overrated. It's kind of sad.
Like, obviously, you know, we all went and saw it. Like, just about the whole fucking human population did. And, you know, I waited for him because he took a long time to see it. I held back all my thoughts, and then he finally saw it. I said, "Oh, tell me, Luke, what did you think of the new Spider-Man?" And he said, "Oh, it was alright.
It was alright. It was a bit boring."
It was a bit boring.
Yeah, it's true though.
And then I had to fight the urge to blow my brains out because what is wrong with him?
It felt so long though, and it was just long and just boring.
Because they need to take time to tell a good story.
It was the good story though.
It was an excellent
It's not like
story.
it's a slow burn story. It's just burning. I'm on fire. I think setting myself on fire right then watching that movie.
Okay, so let's find like the beginning of your hatred for the Spider-Man character. Where would you say it all went downhill in your opinion?
Probably one of the Tobey ones, either the first Tobey movie or the third Tobey movie.
Okay, so you've pretty much been hating the Spider-Man character for like 20 years, is what you're saying. Since you were born, essentially, you've just had a strong hatred for it.
I like Spectacular Spider-Man.
Oh my god.
I rewatched that, and I mean, some episodes were good, some episodes were pretty damn bad.
I'm
But
surprised you even gave it a chance.
mate, I had nothing to watch. I was so bored. But no, okay. So the first Spider-Man movie, people would like, but I don't. It's not as good as I think people would remember it. If you rewatched it, I think it's a bit. I don't know. It's a bit. It's just alright. It's an alright movie. The villain is great. Spider-Man is. I mean, it's. The best scenes is him like discovering his like powers, like the part where he's on top of the like building and he's like trying to like it's fun.
Yeah.
Like it's like him trying to figure out what he's capable of. It's all fun, and then him with like when he's up against like the wrestling, like he's in the wrestling ring.
Yeah,
it's fun. I like it.
Okay.
It sort of goes off hill a bit. Green Goblin's great though.
Okay, but like, if you like those aspects of the film, like, that's the theme of the whole film. It's a fun film. It's his first Spider-Man film where he's figuring out his powers, his capabilities.
Yeah, but then like
when an awkward little geek, like
when it comes to like
it's great.
When it comes to him, like fighting and actually becoming Spider-Man, some of these fight scenes are a bit they're not as good. And I feel like it's sort of a theme with a lot of the
How can you say that the fights in Spider-Man aren't good? It's like
especially
the most
Tom Holland
like
ones. They're the bad.
it's like the most diverse that it could be, because every other Marvel film, it's like, oh, we're just gonna punch each other in the face for a while. Maybe we'll have like
and Spider-Man's not the same.
a shield or a hammer that will.
And
hit
Spider-Man's
you
not
with
the
as well.
same?
No, Spider-Man's not the same.
How is
He
Spider-Man?
can swing. It can be in the air. He can go from the ground to the air.
So he can.
He can tie you up with webs. He can swing kick you, and it's the most fun thing in the world.
Look.
Like,
here's the
he
thing.
has so much verticality to his fighting, as well as just being an incredible character. And you're hating on the Tom Holland Spider-Man. How? He's got
Because
the most... Like,
He doesn't do shit in his movies. He doesn't do any fights. If you watch Homecoming, tell me a fight he wins.
he's still a kid. He's still figuring out his powers. He doesn't have to win every fight.
He went up toe to toe with Captain America.
He still beat
and
Vulture.
the Winter Soldier.
He still beat
No,
Vulture.
the Vulture beat himself.
Okay, well, yeah. He didn't lose.
He beat himself. Spider-Man didn't even win against Shocker because Ned came in with a save. Remember?
He's young. You've got to give him time.
No. He fought against Captain America. Goddamn motherfucker went through World War II and fought Hydra, Hitler, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, he didn't beat him either. He's still a kid. He's figuring it out. That's why they gave him 3 movies.
It's Winter Soldier goes toe to toe with him. And they're fighting out. You can't tell me that.
Okay, but if
Spider-Man,
you had him in his first movie just easily beating all the villains, what do you do? What do you do with his character from there? Like, that's his peak.
He still does that in the first
I know
movie
you
anyway.
wanted them to write him off after this first movie.
Yeah.
Or after even Civil War, probably. But a majority of people quite liked his character.
For some ungodly reason.
It's a very simple reason. Spider-Man, in all of his iterations, is one of the most like fun and entertaining superhero characters.
I don't think though they get the aspect of Peter Parker and Spider-Man correct though. I think Tobey Maguire's Peter Parker is like the best Peter Parker you get. Andrew's the best Spider-Man you get. But then Tom Holland doesn't have any of those. And it's not a good character and it's not a good Spider-Man.
Well, I just completely have to disagree with you. I'd say Tom Holland is the best of the 3. Because he's so entertaining as Peter Parker. And he's so entertaining as Spider-Man.
No!
He is.
How?
And he does a lovely balance. He's not like... I didn't like with Andrew as Peter Parker. He was a bit too confident for my liking.
Yeah.
He was a bit too, like, cool.
Yeah.
Which Tom Holland doesn't have that. Like, he's still got a bit of a loser aspect to him. But then, as Spider-Man, he's still, like... He doesn't just act like a loser. He's got a good balance. Like, he's a balanced Spider-Man.
Could you agree, though, that Andrew is the strongest Spider-Man? Like, Spider-Man, like, as him?
No.
How?
He isn't.
Lies. Lies. Andrew is the best Spider-Man.
I'd say he's the worst.
How is he the
I'd
worst?
say he's the worst.
How is he the worst?
Because Tom Holland is the best. Okay. And then Toby is better than Andrew.
Nah.
He is.
Nah.
He definitely is.
Disagree.
Okay, well, you're allowed to disagree, but you don't like Spider-Man, so I don't think your opinion has much value here.
It does, though. Because as a Spider-Man fan...
Yes. A normal person is what we call ourselves, actually.
Really?
Yeah, normal people don't have to specify that they are Spider-Man fans. It's just sort of a given. If you've got, like, a functional brain.
Nah. Spider-Man's just not good. Alright? He's not. He's boring. A lot of his fights... He's got some alright fights, but I think if you were to put all of his fights together, none of them are that amazing.
Okay, I know this will be tough for you, but if you had to pick, like, which one you'd like the most, just as a whole character, Peter Parker and Spider-Man combined, which would you pick?
Like, who do I like?
I will even include Miles if you want to, if that's the way you want to go.
Which
Miles?
Miles, from the first one or the second one?
Well, it's the same character, Luke.
Yeah, but he changes drastically.
Well, yeah, he gets older. He gets more experienced. It's like I don't understand your opinions, because it's like, I know for a fact that you don't like it when characters don't like change and evolve and have an arc over time. Like that's your big gripe with Captain America, is he stays exactly the same. But now with like the Spider-Man characters, when they like evolve and change over time, you have a problem with it. Like,
but they go in the wrong direction though.
What do you mean?
That's the issue. They evolve incorrectly.
Okay, explain.
All right, so you can't go from. So we'll go. Which Spider-Man we're going to go for?
Well, let's say Miles, because that's why you made that argument.
Because I think I like the journey of Miles way better in the first one and his development than, because I feel like in the second one he doesn't develop. He stays the same from the first one, but because the first one has that character development to lead up to what he is now, that's like a great character development. Where if you go to the second one, he doesn't really have one. He stays the same.
Well, I wouldn't say he stays the same. Like, he starts it out, like, he's so eager to join, like, the League of the Spiders people. Like, that's all he wants, and he doesn't understand why they won't let him in. And by the end of it, he, like, goes against every rule that they have, everything that he gets told. He literally runs away and fights off, like, all of them just to avoid, like, having his dad die, because he refuses to accept that.
In that scene, would that make Miles the best Spider-Man?
No, definitely not.
That he outruns every other Spider-Man?
Oh, like, in terms of, like, ability.
Ability. Like, is he, like, the best Spider-Man?
I don't think it makes him the best, because it's not like he's got to, like, actually defeat any of them. Like, he's just escaping.
Yeah.
It's more about, like, you know, just fighting them off. He doesn't have to actually
do anything.
Beat any of them in a fight.
Fair enough.
It's just, you know, holding them off long enough that he can get.
So he's a good runner.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, he's a good swinger.
He should be a part of the Maze Runner then. It would suit him better than a Spider-Man movie. But look, alright. So if we go through Tobey's trilogy, the first one is just it's alright. It's nothing special. Second one is amazing.
Okay, yeah.
It's probably the best Spider-Man movie.
Best Tobey one or best all of them?
All of them.
Mental.
I'll put probably the first Into Spider-Verse above it, but it'll probably be my second.
Okay, well, you're certainly entitled to your opinions, no matter how wrong they are.
Screw you. And then the third one, it drops so far because I think they try to do. I don't know why the third one. I don't think it's as bad as people make it out, but it's definitely not good.
I love the third one. It's my favorite Tobey movie, the third one.
See, that's just blasphemous.
No, it's not.
That is crazy.
It's not.
You prefer the third one over the second one?
Definitely. It's the most, like, different. It's the most out there. Like...
But it doesn't work.
What do you mean it doesn't work?
It doesn't.
Great.
It doesn't work.
It's so excellent. Him in, like, the black suit... And, like, when his personality just changes...
You just like
that is some of the most, like, entertaining cinema I have ever seen.
You just like him when he's doing the fucking...
Yeah, of course I like that.
It's
so fun.
That's the only reason why you like that movie.
But that's not the only reason. Like, the whole time when he is... What do you even call him? I don't know what they call him when he's like that. Like...
Angry Peter?
Yeah, I guess, yeah. Like with the...
Venomized Peter?
Yeah. Anytime when he's affected by the venom, he is, like, so incredible. Like, seeing him just be, like, carefree and just acting like he's really cool and all this stuff after 2 movies of him just being, like, this big loser who just, like, lucks his way into things, essentially. Like, I don't know how he has, like... these successful, like, relationships with professors and, like, with MJ. I don't know what she sees in him in the first 2 movies. But in the third movie, he's great. Like, if that was what he was like in all of them, I think I would, like, give those movies 10 out of 10s.
Even the Tobey one? Like, he's straight up just like MJ, fuck off.
How fun is that? Like, he literally bitch slaps her. It's so good.
Dude, he would kill her if he just...
if that's what he wants to do, that's fine.
I would like R18 Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
He just goes on a rampage.
Just snapping people's necks.
Hey, Aunt May. Oh, wait.
Singing.
So fucking Tom Holland can't do that anymore. She gets mangled.
And isn't that just another great thing about Spider-Man characters, which further proves the point of you're wrong?
What?
Like, their whole... I know they just got a name for it recently, but like the canon event thing, where like they're gonna have someone that's close to them die no matter what they do. Like, it's just... It has to happen.
But that can go with a lot of characters.
But, like, if we're just talking exclusively, like, the cinematic universe, not the Marvel Cinematic Universe, but just superhero movies, not including, like, comic book stories or anything like that.
Yeah.
The only character that we've gotten, like, so many iterations of is Spider-Man. Like, in 20 years, we've had 4 different Spider-Man characters.
See, they can't get Spider-Man right. Because they need 4 different actors.
They've done it 4 different times, and they've gotten it right every time. That's how good his character is.
And then there's only one Iron Man.
Yeah. Because there's no diversity with him. It's Robert Downey Jr. or bust.
That's because
there's no other option.
That's because Robert Downey does it the best, and he can only do it.
Well, yeah. I don't disagree with you with that. But that means Spider-Man's good, that they can have more than one character play him. Like,
Batman.
I don't look at, like if they brought in a different different actor for, like, a Captain America or an Iron Man, I wouldn't be able to look at them the same way, because I'd just be so used to, like, Chris Evans and Robert Downey Jr.
Captain America, I think I could see a different actor in. Iron Man, no. Thor, yes. A lot of people could probably do a better Thor than Chris Hemsworth.
They could do a better one, but because he's done it for so long now, and he's been so iconic doing it, I just feel like it'd look wrong. It'd seem wrong if someone else took over now. Like, that's the same for all of them.
So
but with Spider-Man,
you don't like Falcon?
That doesn't count.
He's Captain America, though.
Yeah, but he's already...
he's Captain America.
It's not like a reboot with him, though. Like, he was already an established character when Chris Evans was still there. Like, they're allowed to do that. I'll accept that one. It's still a flowing story. They didn't just reboot the Captain America character. I mean, they sort of did. But they're not calling it a reboot. Like, the Spider-Man, they're all completely separate and different. And yet they all do it well. And I don't look at any of them and be like, no, this doesn't seem right. It makes more sense with Toby or Andrew. Like, all of them, it feels right.
It's the same thing with, like, Batman. There's a lot of different Batmans.
Yeah.
And all of them do the character right.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe...
Do you like the Batman character?
I do like Batman.
So, what's the difference between that and Spider-Man?
It's that the Batman character is actually a good character and the Spider-Man's not.
But your argument was that none of the Spider-Man actors can do it right. Well, surely you could make that same argument for Batman then.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
But you're saying that you like the Batman character.
I just like Batman way more than I do Spider-Man.
Batman is just like a boring Spider-Man. Like, he's got some aerial combat and some aerial abilities, but it's just like gliding downwards essentially. Like, Spider-Man can stay in the air. Spider-Man is fun and happy and, like, bright. Batman is dark and angry and boring. Like, you can't watch... Like, I could not sit and watch a bunch of, like, Batman movies all day. Like, I'd just be, like, bored and depressed by the end of it. If I watched all the Spider-Man movies, like, just binge them all, I would be so, like, cheery and happy throughout the whole process.
I think I'd get up to the second Toby one and probably stop.
You couldn't watch more than 2.
If I had to binge all of them, I couldn't get through all of them. Not in a day, like...
But they're so, like, entertaining. Like, every Spider-Man movie, every character that plays Spider-Man, they're also entertaining. Like, I don't understand how you can not enjoy it.
I'm just not a fan of just Spider-Man. Like...
It just doesn't make sense. It's like saying, I don't like chocolate. Like, what do you mean you don't like chocolate? Like, Spider-Man is it's like the perfect character.
Not to me.
Like, he could appeal to, like, anyone.
He might appeal to a lot of people, but doesn't mean he appeals to me.
Like, surely, Okay, you're not that deluded that like you're willing to admit that Spider-Man is a popular character.
Yes, of course.
So
No,
sure,
no shit. He's a popular character.
Good, okay. So if you can acknowledge that he's a super popular character, like surely there's a reason for that, right? Like there's a reason that characters become popular. Usually it's because people find them to be good characters, to be entertaining. So surely just that alone is enough for you to like see that like you're wrong.
I see.
Like, you're just wrong.
No, I see why. I can see why people like him, but like for the like reasons people might like him, I don't. I find Spider-Man annoying. Like all of his jokes are not entertaining. All of his like his fighting is not fun.
That's just outlandish. Like it really is. And he gets the most fun villains as well, so I really don't know how you can say that. Because like a fight with Green Goblin is so fun. A fight with Mysterio, like Far From Home, not a great movie. Probably one of the weaker Spider-Man movies.
Oh yeah.
But in terms of like the fighting, he manages to fight and have a good fight with like elements, like actual elements. How many characters could you say could do that and it'd be like not just boring and put you to sleep? He actually fights elements.
I think Spider-Man villains are like top tier.
Yeah.
But I don't like Spider-Man because I don't think he's a top tier character. But like his villain like roster is the most diverse roster out of every MCU character.
Yeah, definitely.
Full stop. Like I couldn't
and probably the best as well.
Because there's talk of like Batman roster and like Spider-Man rosters are both like the biggest villain rosters in like across both like universes.
Yeah,
because like I think with Spider-Man, he having a lot of like low tier like villains is what makes his roster good. Like when I mean like street level sort of thing, Batman's street level. If you have characters like Superman, it's hard because you have to. He's like really strong, invincible, whatever. Yeah. Hulk's the same thing. Yeah. Thor's the same thing. Yeah. Like you need to find someone that like is compared to them or better than them, which is why Batman villains and Spider-Man villains like they have like a lot.
That's why they can be so diverse because they don't have to find someone that's like a god.
Yeah, because like I mean the God Butcher, Gore for Thor.
Yeah.
Is a perfect villain. They didn't do him justice, of course.
Oh, of course.
Of course not. But like, you need someone like that. Someone in their title, the God Killer.
Yeah.
Versus the God of Thunder.
Like, if you had Thor have to fight, like...
Scorpion.
Yeah. Scorpion or like Green Goblin, Rhino, like any of them. Like just people in like suits, essentially. Like, he would just annihilate them in seconds.
Iron Man's the same thing. Iron Man... His villains... basically just you need to find someone with high tech, someone who can outsmart him, someone that I don't know, magic or something like that. Like it's so out there. It's just like he's so limited. Captain America is the same thing, so limited. Yeah, but he's in the worst spot I think because it's like he can't go up against street level because it would end all of them. Yeah, but he can't go up against gods or like Thanos.
He is just like a man.
He's a man.
And it's not like he like flies or has any like super abilities. Like he's got like the super soldier serum, but like it just makes him like stronger and faster. It's not like he can like. It's not like he's like has like magic. Yeah. Or he can't fly. He's got a shield, but it's not like Thor's hammer or anything like that. Yeah. He doesn't have a suit like Iron Man.
Sure, he can go up against like robots and stuff, but like you get a technological suit, you can beat Captain America easy. Yeah. Where with Spider-Man, he's smart. Spider-Man's also smart enough to know to like deal with those problems and stuff. The only person I think Spider-Man cannot like go like toe to toe with and he struggles is Venom. Yeah. Because that's literally just an upgraded version of Spider-Man full stop.
Yeah. So it's like everything he's got but better.
Joker is the same thing with Batman. Joker, he's not smart, he's not strong, but he's so unpredictable and chaotic.
Yeah,
that
it works.
like it works out.
Yeah.
Because Batman, he's smart. He thinks. He plans. He's a planner. Fucking Joker's just chaotic. You just have no clue what Joker's gonna do. So that's why those like villains work.
But then surely you could like, because Spider-Man as a character is so like grounded that it allows him to have like such a diverse amount of villains to fight. Surely that's something that would make him a good character.
It is something that does make him a good character.
Oh my god!
All right,
Progress.
We're
getting to it.
It still doesn't mean I like him though.
Okay.
It is good that he's the most grounded, probably the most grounded
Yeah.
MCU character out there. Because if you compare him to everything else, every other movie you've seen, it's all magic, high tech, aliens, literally gods, type things. And it is good to have one character that is grounded.
Yeah.
But the thing I don't like about Tom Holland's one is that he does go up against powerhouses, and it's so unlike. Yeah, I mean, when the time comes, of course he's gonna go and fight unbeatable odds.
Yeah.
But like Thanos is a different story.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
And it's like, and then so he goes from Thanos, barely like I get it. He's in the team in the Titan fight, but he still should have been like beaten like a lot, like to crap. Spider-Man looks like didn't get touched at all, type thing. So he goes up against Thanos, and then in the next movie he's up against Mysterio and literally almost dies.
Well, sure, but like you said, it's like when he's fighting Thanos, it's like there's like, there's him, Iron Man, Doctor Strange, the Guardians. Like it's not just him going up against Thanos one.
But surely with his like Spider-Man at that point, he is very experienced. He's fought Captain America.
Yeah.
He's gone up against Vulture at that point. He's gone up against Thanos.
Yeah.
He's gone up against Thanos' army. All of these like big threat things, other than Vulture, but his movie was in there, so I threw it in there. By the time he gets to like Mysterio, I'm more shocked that he hasn't figured out his spider sense. Like that hasn't been reason. That's like that's the reason why he's been able to dodge bullets and dodge blows and stuff like that, because he has a spider sense.
But I guess Mysterio is the first villain that sort of makes him have to properly tap into his spider sense, because every villain before, like Vulture, Thanos, and when he's fighting in Civil War, like he's not fighting anyone that's trying to like play any mind games with him. It's all just like physical. Like it's just like they're trying to overpower him. So it's all about the strength and the actual hand-to-hand fighting.
But it's still
like obviously Mysterio doesn't have the strength to beat Spider-Man, so that's why he manipulates him and uses his mind tricks and illusions to beat him instead. Yeah, because he's not going to beat him one-on-one. Yeah, so he has to use his illusions, and that's what forces Spider-Man to develop his spider sense.
It's still like he should be experienced enough to still be able to use it, because he doesn't use his spider sense until the last fight, like in the hallway. Yeah, that's like the only time he actually uses his spider sense. Even when he could, like, the drones like decloaked at the end, and they were all like fighting him and stuff. Like, he still used it. He was still dodging clearly bullets, because he would be obliterated to bones if he just didn't dodge them. So he's still like using it, but then like, how is it like for other fights it's just not really used?
Well, I guess it's like he's always using it to an extent, like even if it's just like dodging like a punch or like a bullet or whatever's coming at him. But then with like the final fight with Mysterio, it's a lot more than just like dodging a punch. It's like he actually has to use it to like an advanced level, to a point where he can figure out what's an illusion and what's actually real, which is obviously a lot harder than just oh, they're gonna punch me, I better move. Like it requires a lot more focus and practice and thought. So that's why, like, he still does it, but that's why he like wasn't able to do it from the start, because Mysterio is the first villain that's made him have to use his spider sense to that extent. Yeah, where it's more than just dodging something. It's actually using it to think and focus. So I don't mind it that it's not fully developed, and even then, like that's not his last movie. Like he's not meant to be at his best.
At this
point,
at this point, it's looking like it's going to be like Tom Holland's done with Spider-Man.
He'll come back. He'll come back.
He will come back eventually.
The money's too good to stay away forever.
2040, man. 2040 is when we'll get that next Spider-Man. But yeah, I just find it weird that he's gone from very like Captain America to Thanos.
Yeah.
Back down to street level.
But I guess like they do escalate what he has to fight each time, because like to begin with, he's part of a team and he's like in Civil War fighting, but it's not like he's like facing the other half of Avengers on his own.
Yeah.
And he doesn't beat any of them, so it's not like he's super powerful to begin with. And then he fights Vulture, where he, like you said, he doesn't even really beat him. Like Vulture beats himself because he gets overconfident.
Yeah.
So it's still like he's progressing. And then yeah, he gets the experience of fighting Thanos and fighting an Endgame, but it's like with a big group. He's never got to do any of that like one-on-one on his own, or he wouldn't have a chance still. And then with Mysterio, it's more about the spider sense and developing that rather than his actual fighting ability. And then with No Way Home, it's like he's got like, what is it, like 4 different villains to fight all at once.
Though he loses to Doc Ock.
Well, yeah. So that's why it can't be his last movie. He's still not at the peak.
He loses to Doc Ock. The only reason why he wins is because Doc integrates the Iron Spider-Man suit into his arms, and then Spider-Man uses that to control his arms.
Yeah. But I guess with Doc Ock, like, Spider-Man's never fought Doc Ock before, but Doc Ock has fought a Spider-Man before, so it makes sense that he would have an
advantage.
Yeah, like, because it is their first time meeting.
I guess, but it's still like I feel like his arms would be much easier to dodge than bullets.
I guess, but like he's only ever got like bullets is like one thing. He's got 8 arms coming at you at once. It's a bit harder to dodge.
He's only got 4, and he's always using 2 to be up high and 2 to attack.
Wait, hang on a minute. If he's only got 4 arms, plus he's got his 2 arms, why is he called Doc Ock? Isn't it meant to be 8?
Legs.
He's not using his legs.
He's still got legs though. When you think about it, he's got legs, arms, and 4 arms.
This. That makes no sense.
It's because I think it's something. His name is also like.
I know it's like Octavius.
It's Octavius, like, and then he gets.
It's all about the number 8 though.
Like, yeah, but then he gets extra limbs, and then you can count the limbs as like.
That's stupid.
I don't know.
I don't like that.
Well,
I like the Doc Ock character less now that I thought about that.
I can't believe this took you this long to figure out. Just because you're like, oh, he's got 8 arms coming at him. No, he's only got 2, maybe 3 at most, because he does use like 2 of his arms as like legs.
Yeah.
Because he likes to be up high.
Yeah.
And he only uses 2. Unless he uses like 1 leg to balance, and then 3 of them. Can you imagine how goofy that would look? Just like 1 arm, just like that, and then the other like
just like wobbling.
Like, oh shit!
I wish they'd do that.
They would do it, most likely.
Yeah,
but like like still though, it's got like, and at that point, Tom Holland's Spider-Man, he's gone up against like hundreds of drones, hundreds of enemies, hundreds of bullets who come at him, and like he still can't dodge 2, at most like 3 arms.
Yeah,
and he still loses that fight.
I mean, I guess it's also like with his other experiences, it's like, you know, he's with Mysterio, the last fight against a bunch of drones, like he's preparing for that fight, he's motivated, he's got experience fighting him. With Doc Ock, like he's trying to get into college. And then it's just someone attacking him on the bridge. It's not like he's got a lot of time to like prepare himself for that. Yeah. And as someone he's never gone up against before. So I can excuse him not, you know, dominating immediately. He does it. The 3 of them do end up winning in the end.
They still don't go up against Doc Ock though. Because by then he's good.
Yeah.
I think that was a wasted opportunity.
I liked it because
I liked him getting cured, but I wish he got cured with the rest of the villains, because I still would like to see Doc Ock and Toby like fight again and be like, oh, we like, he's like, because the last thing he said was like, oh, it's like the palm of my hands, and then like he doesn't remember anything after that.
Yeah,
it would be cool to have Toby and Doc Ock like interact. Like Toby interacted with Green Goblin and Lizard interacted with Andrew and Electro.
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have minded it if they like swapped out Doc Ock being good with a different character, but I just like that they did choose to not make them all like try and fight them.
Yeah,
in the final battle,
it would have looked messy.
Yeah, and it was nice and even with like the 3-on-3.
Yeah,
where if Doc Ock was involved, it would have been like two.
Oh, Sandman was in there too.
Yeah, but he's a pile of sand, so he's not a great threat.
He's still probably one of the bigger threats. I would argue that Sandman is probably the strongest out of all of those villains.
Okay, well, like, have you ever been in like a sand pit?
Yeah.
Well, then I don't think he's that big of a threat because you're still alive. Like,
yeah, but he can like hide in his sand or whatever, and like that's how he fights.
Okay, have you ever been in like mud?
You've seen the third one, right?
Yeah.
And you see how he kicks Spider-Man's ass.
Yeah, but you know,
he's still just a pile of sand.
He is just a pile of sand. I mean, I can understand the shock value of going up against a pile of sand. You're probably not expecting that.
Okay, have you just like when you're on the beach, have you ever just like punch at the sand?
Well, I'm not a psycho, so no.
Well, okay, when you step on sand, it's still solid sand.
Okay.
There's still layers of sand.
Sure.
Imagine if that was going to hitting you in the face.
Okay, but then it would just go through you, right?
No.
Yeah. Have you ever like thrown sand on yourself? And then it just
only a
it
small
goes through
bit.
you and you come out in the other end and you're fine? It's a crazy concept, I know.
Oh my god. Okay, so out of all of those villains, who do you reckon is the strongest?
I mean...
Who's the best villain?
Okay, who's the best or who's the strongest?
Like, who's the strongest? Who could win a fight? Like, if it was a free-for-all, who do you see coming out on top?
I wouldn't mind saying Electro.
Electro?
I feel like he was at a bit of a disadvantage because they fought like on the Statue of Liberty. Like, there's not a lot of electricity for him to draw on there.
No, he had the arc reactor.
Yeah, but like when they fought at the in the Andrew movie, when they fought him at like the power reactor or in Times Square, like there's billboards and electricity everywhere for him to like use as weapons.
That's fair.
Like he's only got himself as the weapon when it's like they're on an island. There's nothing around them for him to use.
But I guess though the arc reactor can pretty much outpower everything that the city has.
Well, yeah,
because that's sort of the whole point. It powers up Iron Man's very, very advanced suits.
Yeah,
and that was the triangle one, wasn't it? The triangle arc reactor, which is a whole new fucking element.
Yeah,
which doesn't make sense, but it's still an element. It's still like a brand new.
It's still an element.
It's still
happened.
An element that they never bring up ever again. But
well, you know, that's fine.
That's fine.
You know, do you want a science lesson when you're watching your Marvel films? I don't.
No, not really.
So you know. Beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah, it's still a new element though.
Yeah,
I feel like it still would have been important.
It's still fun. It's a fun part of the Iron Man film. Him just making a new element. It's fun. It's different.
It's different.
It's a nice break from a fight scene.
Yeah,
just build an element. Why not?
Build an element.
Why not? You got the brains. You got the money. Why not do it?
But yeah, like you still got that arc reactor, which is probably the strongest one. Because it's a literal new element.
Yeah.
So,
but he's going up against the power of not just one of the greatest character of all time, but 3 of the greatest characters of all time.
And who are they again?
Spiderman.
You sure it's the greatest character of all time?
Oh, yeah, I'm pretty...
I think Ned's the greatest character of all time.
Ned? Okay. So you are on crack. Good to know.
No, I fucking hate Ned.
Good to know.
I hate Ned so much.
You don't want to see him as a Sorcerer Supreme in the future?
No.
But he's got magic.
Oh, but his family has magic.
Yeah.
I guess
his 80-year-old grandma says they've got witches in their family.
Agatha. It leads to Agatha. Ned's family was Agatha's family.
Agatha's like his cousin or something.
Long,
fun. Fun little Ned cameo.
No, stop.
That
Stop.
could be fun.
No.
Marvel, you want any ideas?
I mean,
I know you won't say no to shitty ideas, so we've got some.
I know Agatha is getting his own show Ned would be in it.
Yeah, Ned's got a starring role.
I swear to God, if Ned's in it, I don't want to see.
Maybe Doctor Strange refused to train him, and so he's sought out the dark arts.
That just sounds like a What If episode, and we've already done an episode of What If.
That sounds like a Harry Potter
Spider-Man, Harry Potter,
crossover.
Spider Potter.
Ooh,
Oh,
got the magic of a Doctor Strange with the fun-loving nature of a Spider-Man. What's not to love?
probably the worst nature of Spider-Man, but
Yeah, well, you're fucked. You never answered my question, Luke. Which Spider-Man's your favourite?
Which Spider-Man's my favourite? Will probably be Andrew.
Okay, so why? What does Andrew do that makes you hate him less? I won't say that makes you like him, because you probably don't fucking like him. But what does he do that makes you hate him less than the other Spider people?
I think out of all the Spider people, because Spider-Man, the main element of Spider-Man is Spider-Man. You would say it's not really Peter Parker. That's the side element.
I mean, I would argue it's 50-50.
Yeah, but most of the movies treat it as a fucking 80-20 sort of thing. So, I think Andrew Garfield as Spider-Man is the best Spider-Man. He has the best swing scenes, like him swinging around the city is great. He's having a lot of fun. Makes me have a lot of fun watching it.
Okay.
Him swinging around. His fighting, I think he's got some of the better fight scenes.
Do you like when he swung Gwen around and smashed her skull into the floor?
I laughed.
You laughed?
Just imagine a movie theater. It's just silent, and everyone's like, "Oh no!" You just hear the guy in the background.
He's cackling.
It's just going like, "What a loser!"
Yeah.
And I think him, like especially the part where he's like sort of trying to sneak Gwen back into the building.
Yeah.
In the scene where he's like the security guards, he's like,
Yeah.
"Oh, I'm so sorry," and he's like tripping everyone, throwing coffee in their face.
Yeah.
That's so fun. I love that scene.
Okay, that's fair. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like those parts of the Spider-Man movies that make them so good, in my opinion. It's like not the main bits that everyone like the highlights that everyone remembers. It's like that part of the Andrew movie, or like the part where Toby's dancing a lot and being a bitch. Like, it's just like the little bits of character that are so fun.
And the little bits, like in like those scenes, example.
Yeah.
What one is Tom Holland's one for you then? What's his little thing that he's done that you're like, that's so fun?
I liked maybe in Homecoming where he's like stuck in that warehouse for ages, and he's like, he figures out that he's got that, what's the voice, the Karen Friday.
No, that's Tony's.
Doesn't he call it Karen? I don't know.
I think he calls it Karen.
The voice in his suit.
Yeah.
And he's like just figuring out what his abilities are, and like what his suit powers have that he doesn't know about and stuff like that, and trying to figure out a way out, and he's just chatting. I think that's probably his best character moment.
Best character moment.
Yeah.
Him in a suit.
Oh yeah, just having fun. It just doesn't really advance the plot at all. It's just a bit of entertainment. I enjoy it.
Just a bit of downtime.
Yeah. That's like, it's a nice break to have in movies, and like not every character gets those. Like,
So I don't remember. I remember him being stuck in the warehouse, but I don't remember him talking.
well, you probably just blocked out the Spider-Man movies from your
No, I remember most of them.
subconscious out of hatred.
I wish I could though. That would be nice. That would be really nice. But sadly, it's embedded to my head. So
Well, what did that tell you? It's memorable.
memorable,
Spider-Man's memorable.
memorably shit.
No.
It's like I can remember Sharknado, number 5. That wasn't a good film.
You're probably the only person that actually saw that.
It's so bad. I remember why it was
Was it Sharknado or Spider-Man?
Sharknado.
Good. I thought you were going to be really outlandish for a minute.
No, Sharknado is bad. Like, it is Spider-Man. Spider-Man's bad, but like Sharknado is like universally.
They're trying to be bad.
Like they're trying to be bad,
Yeah.
and they do a really good job of being bad. Where Spider-Man's trying to be good, but it's bad.
Yeah, I really did think that we'd like... I don't know why. I guess it was a bit too optimistic from my end, but I was hoping like your view would change by the end of this. I was hoping you would look at Spider-Man with a positive light.
The only Spider-Man I would look at in a positive light is Andrew, the first and second movie.
So you saying you like actively don't like Toby and Tom?
I actually don't like Tom Holland.
Okay, but you don't like Tom Holland the actor. Do you like his?
I don't like his
Spider-Man
Spider-Man
character.
either. No.
Is that just because he's played by Tom Holland?
No. I mean...
Like, well, can you look at it objectively and say you don't like Tom Holland's Spider-Man?
I don't like Tom Holland's Spider-Man.
Okay.
I think it's just... He's annoying. It's an annoying Spider-Man to watch. Where the other ones, like... I can bear them. But Tom Holland's one, he gets annoying very quickly for me.
I can see what you're saying, but I feel like you only see it that way because like you find Tom Holland annoying. So
No.
like if it was like
If it
was a different person like delivering those same lines and playing it the same way, I don't think you'd find it as annoying. Because like it's not.
It's like just some of the stuff he says.
Like his quips and his one-liners aren't that different from like Andrew's and Toby's.
But better writing.
Tom Holland is better writing.
Mm.
I would definitely say Tom Holland has the best written Spider-Man character.
Not dialogue wise.
Well, it's the MCU. They're never going to have the greatest dialogue, but
He probably has some of the worst lines
and just looking at in the MCU, like Spider-Man is one of, if not the best written character in the MCU.
Granted, it's not saying much because there's a lot of not of good written characters. You can argue that some characters have, but there are so many characters in the MCU,
Yeah.
and you can say 80% of them are not good, like written well at all.
Yeah, that's fair. I won't disagree with you on
So
that.
saying Spider-Man is one of the best. It's realistically you're not pairing it up
Yeah,
to
the
much.
bar's not that high.
It's not that. Yeah, it doesn't take a very high to say that he's a good written character.
But I think that's why his movies are so enjoyable, because especially just within the MCU, like not comparing it to the other Spider-Man movies, but comparing it to the other like MCU movies, is like because he's so fun and because he's such a grounded character, it's a nice change and
It is
break
a nice
from all of like the end of the world, like huge beefy fights that are in like every other Marvel movie.
Is that
It's
why
a
you
nice
like
change.
Ant-Man a lot?
Yeah, because it's like the same sort of thing. I mean, he does have more like probably higher stakes with his stories, but it's still played in like a light, fun way.
Yeah, I think he definitely does drop off in Ant-Man and the Wasp. Like this, I guess his character sort of like
Yeah, he's definitely
He's
at
less-
his best
he-
in the
he-
first Ant-Man.
he's less likable in the second, and then the third we don't talk about the third. So the first one is his best written
Yeah.
Ant-Man story.
So I guess what you're saying is the bugs of the MCU are the best characters.
No, Iron Man's the best character.
Is that what I'm hearing?
Nope.
The bugs of the MCU?
Far from it.
The insects?
Unless you're talking about the ants from Quantum Mania. I think they're the best insects in the... They're the best insects.
I know you love them.
I
know you love them.
I love them. Now, the best written character in the MCU is probably Iron Man.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can say that. I can agree
People
with
may
you.
not
Yeah.
like Iron Man 3, but
Yeah, that's the interesting thing. He's such a good character, but he doesn't have great movies other than his first one.
yeah,
It's more of like the movies where he's like the Avengers movies or like the Spider-Man Civil War, where he's like a part of them.
but I feel
it's not his
like
movie.
people don't understand like his character development. Like from the first one, he's a billionaire playboy that turns into a superhero and realizes what his weapons have been doing. Second one, he's literally dying, so he's finding out that he's dying quite quickly. So of course he's gonna go back into his playboy having fun because it's like this is the last time on Earth, you know.
Yeah.
I feel like if people found out that they were dying, of course their personality would change drastically. So that's why he changes in Iron Man, and then of course he goes back to his superhero because he helps himself, he heals himself, and then he does what he does best as Iron Man. He helps others.
Yeah.
Like the second one is about him helping himself and then helping the world. The third one is literally him suffering from PTSD from the first Avengers movie.
Yeah.
And him just... He has to live without his suit now. Like, a lot of his movie is without his suit, which is some of the best Tony Stark interactions you get. Because he's not relying on the suit. He can't rely on the suit.
Yeah.
On top, he's also freaking out. Like, the scene where he's in the bar, and then he, like, runs outside to get into his suit, and he's like, poison? And they're like, nah, you just had a panic attack. He's like, what?
Yeah.
What? Huh? Me? Billionaire playboy? Like, what the hell?
Yeah.
How do I get a panic attack? And, like, that's what makes his movies great. But I think people like to see Iron Man as Iron Man. And that's why those movies are not so good, because they do mix the classic evil versus villain story, but having a more in-depth sort of thing, like theme to it.
Yeah.
So, which is why those three movies are like the first one's the best because it's the most Iron Man you would get, but the other two are more Tony Stark related and less Iron Man. And that's why people don't like those two movies.
Yeah.
Sort of thing.
And then he fathers Spider-Man. So the best written character in the MCU, the best character in the MCU, Iron Man, creates the second best, Spider-Man.
I mean, granted,
Doesn't that make sense, Luke?
He doesn't do a good job because he's still a bad character. But I do like their dynamic. I wish we got more of them two together.
Yeah.
I feel like they cut it real short, and Tom Holland going like, everyone's looking at me as the next Iron Man. I cared less because I'm just like, I didn't get this. You don't really get to see that develop at all. Homecoming is the most you get to see that father-son sort of thing.
Yeah.
And then it just doesn't happen until Endgame, really.
Yeah.
Infinity War, no, there's still none of that, really. I mean, him, like, holding Peter Parker when he disappears, like, yeah, okay, I can see that, but Endgame is probably when you see it again, because he, like, hugs him, he's like, I miss you,
I mean,
kid.
like, their relationship is probably more, like, implied than stuff you actually see.
But it would be nice to have slow moments in whatever movies to have them two together.
Yeah.
Like, that would be nice.
Like, Iron Man's arc made perfect sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to change his arc, but it'd be nicer if, like, Spider-Man had come into it sooner, so that they could have more time. Well, so that we could have more time to see them together before. Because I don't want to say, like, I wish they kept Iron Man around to have them be in it more, because his ending made so much sense.
Yeah, but it's like those two dynamic. It's such a good, like, duo that it's a shame that we didn't see it at all.
Yeah.
Like, in Infinity War, they spent a lot of time together. It would be nice to have, like, maybe a little moment of them going like, listen, kid, like, I'm being hard on you because I don't want you hurt.
Yeah.
You know? Instead of just Iron Man is just blankly just like, I get it, like, he's trying to save the kid by making him not involved in all of it and stuff. But it still would be nice if there was like especially when they're traveling to Titan.
Yeah.
And like he anoints him as, instead of having the whole scene of him anointing him as an Avenger, it would be nice going, look, kid, I didn't want you to get into this because, like, you know, like, whatever, something.
Yeah.
He says something heartwarming or something, instead of him just going, you're an Avenger, and walks off. And
like,
then,
I get because it's Infinity War and Endgame, they had so much to show and tell you.
Yeah.
Like, they couldn't have a bunch of slow moments like that, but that's why it would have been nice if there was, like, either, like,
another movie.
whether it was, like, a Spider-Man or an Iron Man movie, or just a movie where they're together between Homecoming and Infinity War.
Maybe even some flashbacks for, like,
they could have done that in
Far From Home.
Yeah, Far From Home.
Or like, yeah, or like a note left behind, or something. Like you don't need. I mean, flashbacks, they're good, but they can also be very messy. So, yeah,
like it would have been nice if they had found a way to give them more screen time together without, like, they had to find a way to do it, but we're still killing Iron Man off.
Yeah. Which is a shame.
Yeah.
Because now Spider-Man's left as a bad character.
No. He's... I mean, now that Iron Man's gone, he's the best character in the MCU that's alive. That's still in the
Again,
MCU.
it's not much of a competition, really. I think at the end of this conversation, my views have not changed. That's
Yeah.
the honest.
I don't think there's been any character progression with the two of us since
I still like Spider-Man. You still like Spider-Man.
Yep.
I strongly disagree with you. You strongly disagree with me.
You know what has changed though?
What?
Is now the wider population and our audience
know how correct
is
I am.
also aware that you're fucked up. And now they've got a base for any strange statements or opinions you might make from now on. They can just go, oh, well, that's the same guy that doesn't like Spider-Man as a character. So
And then
we're not going to listen to what he has to say.
There'll be a lot of people going, you know what? He's right. Spider-Man is actually not a good character. And
I would be shocked if like more than like 3 people agreed with you. Ever.
comment down below if you like Spider-Man or not.
Yeah, comment how outrageous you think Luke's thoughts and opinions are. Because I just need the what's the word? What's the word I'm looking for here? The validation. That's the one.
How fucking correct I am.
No, definitely not. I need the validation that I'm not losing my mind over here and that he is actually wrong.
Nah.
And I also just want to be able to show the comments to him and bring up the comments to him on a constant basis. That everyone agrees with me and no one thinks he's right.
And then you will see on those comments, everyone disliked the comment.
It'll just be you.
No.
You'll just make like 10 accounts and just dislike every
I really
comment.
think I
that
could be
doesn't
bothered
agree with
making 10 accounts.
I can see you doing it.
Nah, screw you.
You don't like Spider-Man. I can see you doing anything at this point.
True.
No, I wouldn't put anything past you now.
Yeah, that's true. I hate Spider-Man.
And he probably hates you now.
I'm gonna get a message from Tom Holland. Hey, yo,
Stop hating.
stop hating. At least I got money and you got nothing.
Yeah, what do you got?
A damn good podcast. That's what we got going.
That's what we got!
That's what we got. At a further ado, should we end the episode?
Yeah, I suppose we might as well.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot for listening, everyone.
Thank you very much.
We really do want you to tell us your thoughts on what we've discussed.
Yeah.
I really do want you to tell him that he's wrong.
Spider-Man haters, I've got your back.
You're talking to yourself there.
Nah.
No one that's watching this is relating to you right now. It's important to me that you know that.
DM us on our socials, and we'll see who's correct.
Yeah. I hope you guys do that because it will just further prove my point. So I'm looking forward to it.
Oh jeez.
No, but thank you very much for listening or watching, whatever you're doing to see us right now.
Exactly.
We appreciate it. Please continue to support us.
Yep. Make sure you follow YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all of those. Spotify.
Yep.
Everything.
Take care, everyone. Peace out.
Peace out.